I'm now going to add an image onto my chocolate bar. So for my chocolate bar, if it was called Da Bomb, for example, and I wanted a picture of a bomb, I would type in bomb outline. If I wanted a picture of a splat, I would write splat outline. Whatever image it is that you want to use, you need to make sure it says outline, and that's because it's a more basic version of the shape. So I'm going to select this one that's just here. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to select that one. I'm going to right click this. I'm then going to click copy. I'll then go back onto 2 Design and I will right click paste here. Now at the minute the laser cutter doesn't understand that that's a photo, so we need to convert it into something that the laser cutter does understand. So to make it smaller, I'm going to drag this yellow box like so. I'm going to drag it a little bit more because it's still far too big, and I'm going to zoom in with these plus signs. Now to move it, if I select this yellow box in the middle and I drag across, it will move. Now to convert this to something that the laser cutter understands, I need to click vectorize, which is in that corner over here. So vectorize on the left hand side. I click my image. I then click monochrome, and I can adjust the luminance to whatever I want it to be. So that is far too dark and that is far too weak. So I'm going to click it there and I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to click OK again. So now it's converted it into something that the laser cutter can read. So I'm going to get the select tool. The problem is I don't want that block box down there. So to delete that, I click ungroup at the top. I then click and hold delete any, and I go across to delete objects by box. I then draw. I might need to get rid of gridlock for this because it's going to keep, oh no, actually I'm fine. So I'm going to click and draw a box, and then I'm going to click enclose. So whatever's enclosed in it should now delete. Problem though, it deleted the box because it was touching it, so I'm going to click Ctrl Z to get it back. I'm going to unclick gridlock, deleting the box, fully enclosed a crossing, and then it deletes it away. Perfect. I also want to add a bang outline, so something that looks like this, for example. Or like not that one. If I click pop up bang, this one maybe. Oh no, it's too. We'll just go with this one for now, but you guys will find a better one. So again, I right click copy, right click paste. I shrink it down because it's far too big at the minute, like so. Move it to the center, shrink it all the way down again. I vectorize it like we did before. Monochrome, OK, OK again, and then I'm happy with that as it stands at the minute. Now, if I wanted that to cut out on the laser cutter, at the minute it wouldn't cut because black means engrave and red means cut. If I add a contour around it, and I'll make that about 3mm, and I click around my shape, it creates this outline. Okay, I'm not too happy with that, so I'm going to go contour again. I'm going to make it 2mm, and I'm going to go around like that. Perfect. Now I can delete this, and I can change this to red by selecting it, clicking line col. So I'm going to click col next to line up here. I'm going to click red, and I'm going to click OK. And we're going to do the same for the bomb. So 2mm. I'm going to contour that twice, but I don't need this one, this line here. So I'm going to click it and delete. I want to keep this pattern black so it engraves the pattern, but the outside bit I want to make red like so. Perfect. Now, because I want to cut out the rectangle, at the minute that's black, so I'm going to make that coal red, okay. But I also want to add some text, so I want it to say dat bomb. So I'm going to click ABC tool, I'm going to click there, I'm going to type in dat, and I'm going to put a space because I want the bomb to be the O, and I'm going to do it like that. Now if I click settings, I can go and I can change all the fonts. I'm going to go for a certain font that I always use, this one. I could change it to thick, bold, irregular, whatever it is you wish it to be, and I'm going to click OK. I'm going to click OK again, and your font will appear like so. I'm going to zoom out, and to make this easier to view, I'm going to rotate it. So with this little yellow circle there, I'm going to rotate it round and click at the bottom like that. And now what I can do is I can start to place everything. So I'm going to have that, which at the minute is too big, so I'm going to shrink it down by dragging in the corner. I'm going to have that like that. This I want to shrink down because I feel like it's going to be too big, so it's going to look like that. And I might tilt it a little bit so it's a bit like that. Perfect. And then what I'm going to do is this will be added into the background, so I'm going to make this slightly smaller, but I might have it overhanging just a little bit. Now I also want this text to cut out and be glued on as a separate layer. So again, I'll go to coal, red, okay, and the fill colour I don't want to be black, so fill, coal, and I want to make it white and click OK. And then what you'll now notice is it's all as it should be. Now the last step is I've looked at it all together, but now I need to separate them so that they laser cut as separate layers, so that then I can glue them onto the top of each other. You might want to do some extra little bits, so you've got some bits that you can play around and you can test with. This will then get saved for a file, save as Miss Stanley 9K1, and then it can be called chocolate bar, and then you just save it like so.